Hello everyone, Treecks here and welcome back to F-Zero-X expansion kit, as you can see. We have all these options that the normal game does not have. Shame on you, Nintendo, for still not having released this game officially in the West. You have had plenty of chances to do so, and now I'm actually forced to play it on a commercial emulator. Which also works fine for me, by the way. We are almost done with clearing the second highest difficulty in this game. Expert has been cleared 6 times by now on the 5 standard cups belonging to the original F-Zero-X and also 1 of the expansion kit cups. Today we are going to do the second one and the final one of the total picture. Mute City 4 and the rest of the gang are going to be shown off one more time before we go to the true finale part of this game, you might say. And speaking of which, there's still a couple of characters we have not shown off yet, of course. Just as computer players, but I'd also like to play as everyone myself, of course. And since I played the DD-2 cup twice already with an E-body machine, I think it is appropriate to do the exact opposite this time around. We are going to show off the Wild Boar today, driven by Michael Chain, the second heaviest machine in the game, as you can see, over 2,000 kilograms. And Michael Chain is also part of the bad guys, you might say, in this game. The leader of a gang that actually always causes ruckus around Mute City, most of all. That's pretty much his story. The leader of a gang, comparable to how you have motorcycle gangs in this era, you might say. But since this is the 25th century, we don't really have motorcycles anymore. Even the motorcycle gangs actually become F-Zero machine gangs, you might say. Okay, we have Roger Buster and Drek actually as our rubber band rifle. I wonder why. Because in all honesty, I wouldn't know why these two actually are attached to Michael Chain. Roger Buster and Drek definitely have a connection between them personally. But how they are connected to Michael Chain, I'm not sure. Perhaps we can find more about the background story of the characters in later F-Zero games, where the background story actually gets explained a little bit more. In F-Zero-X, the background story of all the characters is also already present. But here you actually have to look it up in the manual, if you know what I mean. The game itself actually does not have any in-game lore about it. But F-Zero GX definitely does, so you can actually take a better look at that in that game. But enough about that. Let's go focus on the race for now. I see both of my rubber band rifles getting near me, so... Yeah, and Drek is going too fast. And Roger Buster too. Yeah, that reminds me, I did talk about this in the novice playthrough. First time we actually saw the DD-2 cup. Mute City 4 is officially also a death track, however, here it's actually a lot more difficult to actually perform that. That final part, the final jump out of the half-pipe is actually the part where you can get computer players to fly off the track, this part. It's a lot more difficult to actually perform it here. 10 people fell out, so perhaps a little bit more after the race. We'll see how far we can get. Let's see. No, 20. Yeah, but this does show off. There is a potential for a death track here on Mute City 4. However, unlike in Firefield and Big Blue 3, a lot more difficult to actually perform. So let's move on to Space Plant 2. This one can also be a death track, but usually on this one it is more my fault. Because of going on a killing spree. Especially in the 90-degree turn, that's before the big circle. And that one is always heaven for going in double tapping, if you know what I mean. This turn over here. Let's go see how many people we can knock off. Here's 1, here's 2. Oh, the benefits of having such a heavy machine. You don't really need a whole lot of effort to actually get people off the track. That's also a benefit of an A-body machine. You don't just lose energy very slowly because of having such a heavy body. The heavy body can also be used to ram harder. 10 people already fell out. just like the previous track. I love how even the computer players are always showing how the DD-2 Cup is indeed the most difficult cup in all of F-Zero X, including the expansion kit. Usually this is the cup where most people fall off. Accumulated total over 6 tracks. And usually you don't even have to do it yourself here. The tracks are so difficult here, the computer players are perfectly able to fall off on their own. Poor guys. But I also need to make sure I stay on the track myself, of course. As you may remember, Novice, Standard, both of them, I was not able to actually beat the cup without retiring, so this is definitely, in every sense of the word, the most difficult cup in the game. Oh, help. Don't lose control there. But it looks like I got away with it. 17 people are going to finish, even less than the previous one. But we can actually make sure that it becomes even worse next time, because Port Town 3 is of course also a death track. Port Town 4, I mean. Oops. I'm mixing the Port Towns up. Port Town 4, zigzag crank. Let's go see. After mixing up a couple of tracks, I'm not going to mix up what kind of track this is, namely a death track. Probably the best one in DD-2 Cup. Firefield 2 is actually a really weird track when it comes to how that one works. More about that the moment we see it. On Expert, I always had the feeling Firefield 2 does not really work the way it should. Here, 6 people already gone. Correction, 9 people. 10 people. It's only the first lap, guys, come on. Can't you even survive the first lap when you're still going on a regular speed? The rubber banding still needs to happen. I haven't even started. Let's make sure our lead is around 2 seconds. Then these guys should be going way too fast. This part will be killing for them. There goes Billy. More. 15, 14, 13, 12. You know, I just love the fact that the DD-2 Cup is supposed to be the most challenging cup in the game. However, I'm not really making a challenge out of the tracks. I'm actually making a challenge in order to make sure as many computer players as possible actually fall off the track. The guys that are supposed to make this challenging, I'm actually using for something completely different. There we go. That is way better. Even less than 10 people now. From 20 people on the first track to 17 in the second, and now only 9. Oh, correction. 7. After the finish, 2 more fell out. This is the best summary of the DD-2 Cup. Computer players retire, retire, retire. Oh, why is this cup so fun? Not because the computer players are challenging, but because of entirely different reasons. Okay, and speaking of entirely different, let's go talk about something completely different. Firefield 2, like I promised during Port Town 4. For this track, I always had the feeling that this one is kind of broken on Expert. On Novice and Standard we were here as well. There it functioned pretty much fine, normal. But trust me, here on Expert something weird is going to happen. It always does, so I'm not doubting it's going to happen again. But usually it only starts applying the moment you actually get ahead of the people. The moment you're actually supposed to trigger the rubber banding normally. For some reason on this track, on Expert, it doesn't really function. Because as you can see, so far so good, the computer players are acting normal. But now, watch what happens with the computer players the moment I'm in front of them. I'm not too happy about the fact that my rubber band rifle is still in between. Hopefully he's going to fall off on cylinder. Let's try to go really fast here. Because otherwise I'm not able to show the effect off, which I'm actually talking about. Yeah, there he goes. Okay, now you can see the effect. Look at the difference with me and the computer players. 14 seconds. 15 seconds. For some reason, instead of the computer players rubber banding me, which they should be doing at this point, for some reason, whenever playing on experts, they actually lose speed instead of gaining it. They go really, really slow now. Ooh, awesome jump. Never really understood why this effect actually happens, but only on expert and only on Firefield 2. Really weird. It does not apply to my rubber band rifles. Those, as you might have seen by Treecks, do still rubber band me. But the rest... Here, as you can see, I even left a couple of people here. Never really understood why. But for some reason, here on Firefield 2, the rubber banding actually works in opposite direction, you might say. But luckily only on expert. On novice and standard and also on master, it functions normally. But that is... something weird. Yeah, this game is also not perfect. Oh, Roger Buster was also out. That's the reason why I didn't see him. Yeah, the rubber band rifles are quite useless in DD-2 Cup. They rarely actually make it to the finish line. Drag. A word, please. Let's just go fast again. So, he survived. Treecks actually made a very good attempt in still ruining my no retire run of the DD-2 Cup. But he failed, so we're still in the race. A race which I could do carefully, of course, in order to ensure I'm going to stay without retirement. However, that is no fun. Of course, I'm still going to try to go fast. Yeah. Nope. I went straight through that jump plate. Also looked weird. One more lap to go. Let's not go too close to the edge. My sweaty hands are still bothering me a little bit. Definitely have a feeling it's going better now, so I'm too confident. Once more in the half pipe. No! I think that is what they call living close to the edge. What the hell, Goro? I know I'm allowed to actually fall out of the half pipe, but that does not mean you're supposed to do it too. Okay, that looked really funny. Me falling out of the half pipe because of going way too fast again. Living too close to the edge. And Goro doing exactly the same. Okay. I can actually go on another monologue on why Wildland 3 is the best track in the game. But I don't think I have to. Everything speaks for itself here. Why is Roger Buster so far ahead of everybody else? What the hell? What the heck was he doing? He was really far ahead of everybody else. And all of a sudden he falls off again. The fact that he was so far ahead of everybody was already weird because he was a rubber band rifle. So he should have actually mimicked my speed instead of going so far ahead of everybody. Something weird is going on here. The DD-2 Cup never should have been a thing. For some reason it doesn't really work out. Computer players are not meant to actually drive on these way too difficult tracks. Oh, and it's only going to get worse the moment I start showing off my tracks. Because of course, you know me. My own tracks are also way too difficult for the computer players. Whee! Now I should be playing more seriously, but on this track I just can't do that. What is it with me in Wildland 3? Anyway, this is going to be finished. One more time we're going to race here against computer players. One more time we're going to race here against the staff ghost. Oh, that is also something I'm looking forward to here. Taking on the staff ghost. I'm not going to promise I'm going to beat a whole lot of them, because in all honesty they are really difficult. On some tracks definitely beyond me, but I think tracks like these, like Wildland 3, there I do need to beat them, so... I'll try to make sure it happens there. In fact, the next episode we're going to start with that, of course. This is the final time we're going to race on expert, and therefore we're going to finish off expert after today. Therefore, the next thing up in this game is going to be the time attack. Taking on the staff ghosts. And hoping to beat at least a couple of them. And then finishing off the game with Master. Of course, that is going to be the finale. This track is not meant for a heavy machine like the Wild Boar. I am able to survive the turns, but I'm also not really able to take the turns, so... I can get through them. Still 2 more people to gain up on. Hey Roger, what were you doing in Wildland 3? Weird stuff was going on there. Oh, I know. You were also secretly double tapping the half pipe, weren't you? Such an idiot. Oh. Yeah, you were just asking for that. Not my fault, you were just asking for it there. You know, I take my turns double tapping, especially those sharp turns in the toes. And you still choose to actually get next to me. Your own damn fault. The track also seems to be gone in the meantime. Oh, rubber band rifles. And the DD-2 cup. That is a marriage that was never supposed to happen. Let's finish off. Expert, once and for all. We once again have a track where less than 20 people actually finish. Counter is at 19, 5 of them my fault. And the expert difficulty is done. Roger Buster. He even had 0 points. And I did not even try to get someone at 0 points this time around. It just happened naturally. Roger Buster, rubber band rifle. Still a mystery why he was a rubber band rifle for Michael Chain, but for some reason he was. And he even ended up with 0 points. Best summary of computer players on the DD-2 Cup. We are only going to meet computer players on the DD-2 Cup one more time, then it is going to be Master. Perhaps there they are a little bit more of a challenge, but I actually highly doubt that. The tracks are just way too difficult for computer players no matter what. Does not matter how fast they go. The most difficult thing about the DD-2 Cup remains actually staying alive yourself. That's all I can actually make of it. And once again I was not able to do it fully. Still retired once. Wildland 3 remains my favorite track to go really fast, but it also becomes a track where I die easily because of it. We will return here on Master. With this victory, I'll never have to work again. Oh, I did not know you actually worked, Michael. Isn't that the whole reason why you were in a gang? But anyway, with that all done, it is time to actually close off another difficulty. There's only 2 more things to cover in this Let's Play after this. Only Master difficulty, the highest difficulty in this game, the most challenging one. But that is of course going to be saved as the finale for the project. Next time we're going to take the final sidestep in this project, covering time attack mode. And the way I am going to cover it is by taking on the staff ghosts. I talked about it during Standard. There I actually unlocked them on my own time. And that is not too difficult to do. For most of the tracks you actually need a pretty lenient time in order to unlock them. But now all of them are unlocked, I'm actually going to take them on. Not per se to beat all of them. That is not even required for 100%. There's nothing you unlock, so that is not something I will go for, but I will go for actually trying to beat them. See if I can make a contest out of it. There is a total of 36 tracks in this game, and I can try to beat at least 19 of the staff ghosts. That I can make a challenge out of myself. Create a contest between me and the staff ghosts and see how many I'm able to beat. Next time is going to be time attack mode. Hope to see you then. And of course for master difficulty after that. Thank you all for watching up to expert difficulty, and Treecks out. See you in the next part of the project.